Hello everyone, you're listening to a review of WWE Super ShowDown. So first off, you had wrestlers' absence from the event, especially for women. Alexa Bliss and Natalya were supposed to face each other at Saudi Arabia, but apparently the match was ultimately declined by the Saudi Arabian government. So I guess these two ladies came to Saudi Arabia for nothing. So not just a woman, but also several wrestlers who did not travel to Saudi Arabia. Sami Zayn did not go because of being of Syrian descent, because Saudi Arabia and Syria do not have great relationship ever since 2012 when they started to have a war. But not just Sami Zayn, but his best friend Kevin Owens reportedly slated that he was supposed to face Kofi Kingston, but then he did not want to go. He was asked by their family to not go. So yeah, he was not happy that his best friend couldn't go because of his Syrian heritage. So Dolph Ziggler had to replace him to face Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. And yeah, speaking of Dolph, he was absent throughout the whole time since January to focus on his stand-up comedy career. So I guess we'll see Dolph Ziggler for a bit of a while before he heads back to his stand-up comedy career. And just so you know, Aleister Black is also not allowed to go to Saudi Arabia because of his religious tattoos, which might have offended Saudi Arabians. But so you had one pre-show match, which is a rematch from Monday Night Raw, except you have a different winner, as the Uso defeated the Revival. And on to the main card, we kick things off with the Universal title match, as Seth Rollins defeated Baron Corbin after rolling up with a pin, and way after that Baron Corbin was arguing with the referee. After the match, Baron Corbin gave Seth Rollins a end of days, and now comes Brock Lesnar, who is going to cash it in. But all of a sudden, Paul Heyman trips and he drops the briefcase as Seth Rollins took advantage by low-blowing Brock Lesnar's bow. So Seth Rollins used multiple steel chair shot to him, but not to the head, but then decided to do a curb stomp onto the briefcase. So yes, I guess the cash-in didn't happen at all. It was all for nothing. And I'm thankfully that Brock Lesnar also didn't cash it in on Kofi. And next up we got Finn Balor versus Andrade, which probably second best match of the night, as this was for the Intercontinental Championship. But I'm kind of disappointed that Finn Balor didn't have enough paint on his body. It was all full face, but then it disappeared like several minutes later, and I'm kind of disappointed. But hey, this was a great match, by the way. Next up we had Shane McMahon versus Roman Reigns. And yeah, Drew McIntyre accompanies Shane McMahon. This was a great match, except for the outcome of the match, as Drew McIntyre interferes and then Shane McMahon pulls off the win. And next up you had a match. This was Lars Sullivan's first match, but it got ruined as this match ended in a disqualification. And after the match, Lars Sullivan starts attacking all those three men with a one-man wrecking ball. So I don't understand why we had to witness this segment. Just why? It's pretty much a waste of time. And you got a Randy Orton defeated Triple H, which was a match of the night in my opinion. I mean, honestly, this was a great match, and I can't believe this match was pretty good, because I did not expect this to happen. I thought it was going to be like some matches, like a slow-paced match. For example, like Undertaker versus Triple H at Super ShowDown, which any of you remember that. So yeah, Randy Orton won this match, and this, I gotta say, these two faced off each other for so many times for like over a decade. They'll probably face each other again at some point. And then we got Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley. Does any of you care about this match? Because I don't. Because, I mean, look at the size of these two, but do I get excited? Maybe not, because reasons. So yeah, Braun Strowman defeated Bobby Lashley after a running power slam. Like, I was not surprised. I was just, my face was like, neutral, nothing. No reaction. Just nothing. So next up we had Kofi Kingston retaining his WWE Championship by defeating Dolph Ziggler thanks to the interference by Xavier Woods. And yes, people say Kofi can't win for himself, all because of the New Day. But hey, Big E is not there because of his injury recovery. And just remember that Kofi technically didn't win fairly. Dolph Ziggler is going to face Kofi Kingston again at the newest pay-per-view called Stomping Ground inside the steel cage. And then next up we had 51-man Battle Royal. Elias was eliminated by newly NXT star Mansoor. And people on Twitter say, who is this guy? Why do you have some guy in the match all just because gets over from the hometown crowd? Really? So how do you explain those guys who are cheering for CM Punk in Chicago? They're a bunch of hypocrites. And also, these people who said it on Twitter that he shouldn't be in a Battle Royal all because they don't know who they are. Clearly, someone never watched NXT. Clearly. Because they're marks. Yeah, speaking of marks, who thought this was a great idea to have two part-timers wrestling in the freaking ring in the main event of the pay-per-view? Who thought this was a great idea? Who came up this crap? Who booked this crap? This was a poor main event match. At least it was not worse than that one main event match from Crown Jewel and the very first Super ShowDown. But seriously, I'm glad that this match wasn't 30 minutes or 20 minutes. This was actually under 10 minutes. As thankfully it's all because of Goldberg. And yeah, I'm surprised that Goldberg managed to wrestle for 9 minutes, because the last time he fought with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, which was 4 or 5 minutes, and Goldberg busted his head open and even botched the jackhammer. And not only that, he had a concussion when The Undertaker landed a tombstone piledriver. And what are they thinking? I mean, seriously, The Undertaker was very disappointed and Goldberg was very upset because he let the fans down. This is just ridiculous. I mean, seriously. WWE are giving the fingers to those people who deserves to get a main event spot, especially those full-timers who have paid their dues and wrestle and work their butts off every single day, especially during live events. I don't understand why would you have two part-timers wrestle for a pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia. Please don't tell me you're gonna have Sting versus Undertaker in the next Saudi Arabian pay-per-view. Please don't tell me you're gonna book Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar in the next Saudi Arabian pay-per-view. Please don't tell me that you're gonna book Mick Foley versus Undertaker in a sequel match, in a Hell in a Cell match. What is WWE thinking? I mean, you have two part-timers who are gonna main event at Super ShowDown, and I don't understand. I don't freaking understand why Vince McMahon is doing this. Or if it's not Vince McMahon, and if it's Saudi Arabian Prince, and just why? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Whatever. So with that being said, thanks for watching this review. What do you think about this pay-per-view? Because I think it was slightly better than the Crown Jewel, but not better than Greatest Royal Rumble in my opinion. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe for more content. Peace and good day.